There are many joys going to a Slavonian wine festival. You have excellent wine, you have fantastic company, great atmosphere. You meet so many old friends for the first time because you can't remember them from last year. And occasionally you get some random strangers that come up to you to say hello and to thank you for what you're doing, and with certain invitations. So I was very happy to meet Jelko down in Winos back in January in Osijek, which was a fantastic event. And they were both fans of my work, and Jelko, who's from Osijek, just so happened to have a beautiful 4-bedroom villa in magical Motovun in Istria called Villa Motovun. And he invited me to come with some friends to stay for a couple of nights when I had some time. And when I checked out the villa, I thought, there is absolutely no way I'm going to miss this opportunity. This was absolutely beautiful. I'm getting to know Istria better. I've been to Motovun a few times, and it just looked like a really nice getaway for the end of March. And so we've just had a 2-night stay. We left Zagreb. We decided to go and explore a little bit. So you can drive directly from Zagreb into Istria, or you can go via Ljubljana in Slovenia, have a coffee there, then down to Trieste in Italy, go and have an ice cream there on the waterfront, and then come back into Motovun. And we were hoping to do some truffle hunting, which I've done before here. Unfortunately, the rain was not so great, but we didn't find that we were lacking for anything in what has been an absolutely top quality weekend of relaxation, great food, great wine, great local vibe. There's a really nice atmosphere here 12 months a year, it seems. As for the villa itself, I mean, just take a look around with me. It's 4 en-suites, good sized rooms, and it's on 3 floors. You have a fantastic games room, as you see here below, with billiards, with darts, going out onto a terrace as well. And there's a really good wine selection of local wineries which you're free to buy, and the prices are really, really very reasonable. And there's also a sauna if you like, and just outside you have a little plunge pool there, as well as a place for eating outside which is covered away from the rain with a grill. What I like about this, coming with a group of people, is it's very, very private. It's on 3 different levels. Everyone's got their own room. There's a really nice communal space for eating, for chilling together. And then the games room downstairs, obviously, if you want to come and have a drink and a game down there. And then the 4 different terraces, so everybody can really get lost wherever they are. It's been done to a really high standard. It took Jelko 4 years to do this. And then you come out onto the terrace and you look at these views. Even though we weren't here in sunset, for the perfect sunset, as you see in the photographs, it was still absolutely magical coming out Sunday morning, just listening to the silence, taking it all in. So as a place to stay, it comes also with parking, which is obviously an issue in a hilltop town like Motovun, so you need to walk about 30-40 metres, I think, so not a problem. And you're right bang, perhaps 3 minutes walk from the main square, and some of all the good restaurants and so on. So we've been here, we've gone around, and we ate in a really excellent restaurant down in Livada Doriana the first night, and that for me was a really good introduction to the cuisine here. And the one thing you see with Istria, every time I come, I'm always completely impressed about how patriotic they are about their local products. Everything is Team Istria. And so many of these restaurants, they make everything themselves, or most things. They grow it locally, they source it locally. And we had an absolutely fantastic selection of food here on the first night at Doriana. And then yesterday we were supposed to go truffle hunting. The rain was there. We chilled quite a bit in the morning. Then we went for a walk around the city walls, which I highly recommend. You get a really good overview of the magic of Motovun from there and around the main square. And then we had another excellent lunch at Podvoltum, and again, just local products, really, really great. I've never had risotto from beetroot before. It was absolutely unusual, delicious. And then we sort of came back, had a little sleep, and came, for me, the culinary highlight of the trip. I mean, all the food was outstanding, but then I went to meet the owner of Conobbe Mondo, which is probably the restaurant that puts Motovun on the gastronomic map. It's been mentioned 3 times now in the New York Times. Anthony Bourdain came here famously in 2011, spent a couple of days here filming, and it's been called the best little restaurant you'll probably never reach. And I sat down with the owner, Claudio, for 2 hours. He told me his story about how he started back in 1984 when he took over a cafe, and things have built up from there. It's always fascinating to meet these pioneers and what they're doing. They also had the brother-in-law of Larry Page, the co-owner of Google, got married here, 185 guests, and he arranged and cooked for all that. And the food was just out of this world. That's all I can say. I mean, take a look at the stuff we had here, including something I've never tried before, which was leek puree with Istrian duck. I mean, these were half portions. It was just magical. And then for a little nightcap, a great addition to this really majestic town, and that's the Wall Street pub in Motovun. And this is another great story, as so many Croatian tourism stories start. It starts with a local guy or a couple of local guys with a dream and a passion. So in June 2023, so less than 2 years ago, these two guys produced their first ever craft beer, 30 litres in total, and you can see the photo here, which is on the pub wall. And they then opened the Motovun Craft Brewery, and they're making a range of excellent craft beers. And now they've opened in October last year the Wall Street pub in Motovun, which is on the city walls, and it has a beer garden behind it. And the atmosphere inside, it's a really nice mixture of expat, local and tourist, and it really felt to me as close to the atmosphere of a real British pub that I've seen in Croatia. And so it was supposed to be just the one beer. You know what happens when you go in for one beer in Croatia. But I got home, before midnight, so I was quite impressed with myself. And here we are now on a Sunday morning. It's just chilling. I'm just, even though the sun isn't shining, it's just magical, blissful. And what a place to relax. And even when you come out of season, there is enough content here to come away for 2-3 days and just absolutely chill. And especially this villa, I'm very grateful to Jelko. We've had a really relaxing time. We've all had our different needs to unwind, and this villa has definitely met it, and it's definitely up there among the premier places to stay in Istria, I would say, both in terms of location, view, facilities and comfort. So Istria, it's not a region that I know as well as Dalmatia. Every time I come back, I was in Labin a couple of weeks ago, which totally blew my mind, and I can see I'm falling in love again with new destinations, even after 23 years in this magnificent country. So check out Motovun and Villa Motovun if you're looking for a larger family to come and stay. But just come anyway. The food's fantastic, the wine's fantastic. They've got some great wineries, Fakin, Tomasz and Rosanic, all here in and around the old town. And so this combination of, it's the truffle capital obviously, but it's the truffle, the olive oil, the food, the wine, just magical. And what a fantastic, breathtaking place to be on an amazing hilltop town. See you in Motovun soon, I hope.